Yo, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen of the kingdom? Welcome back to another edition of Madden Simulations, week number 4. Madden's not doing so hot right now. Madden has a 1-3 track record, getting the season opener right with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over Dallas, but has gone 0-3 since the regular season matches. This week, hopefully we're doing a lob toss. This week we're doing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New England Patriots with the return of Tom Brady to the holy grounds of Foxborough and company. Let's see how your rematch, your revenge game goes. Yeah, lots of those, but see if man gets it right for once. So, game's loading. When we get so far, switch over, and it's going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, Buccaneers last year, Tom Brady signed with them, led them to a Super Bowl victory and got a 7th ring, while the New England Patriots failed to make the playoffs for the first time since 2008. They made the playoffs, 12 consecutive years, 13 consecutive years? Now we get to see the new face of the Patriots, Mac Jones, who took a beating last week. And boy, when you thought he could do no wrong, he did just that. But half of those weren't, like, some of those turnovers really weren't his fault. Just took bad bounces and boom, the Saints just took advantage. So, let's do it. Gotta love technology, man. Just gonna throw this out here. Here, I didn't think I was gonna get around to recording this week because I had some technology issues. My laptop that I record everything on, just the power button didn't want to work. But thankfully, found a way to get that baby turned on, and boom. Now, well, I still probably have to get it looked at and so forth, but so hopefully next week we don't get delayed. But only time will tell. Anywho, that probably talk more about that on my podcast next week if you check that out.
Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway in
Foxborough.
Foxborough.
And Tampa Bay gets the ball first. So, week 3 is behind us. One interesting week it was in the NFL. Just some more puzzling outcomes. The teams that we thought were going to be juggernauts are not. And I wouldn't say really struggling quite yet, but aren't going as planned, while other teams are just getting right in the stride. And of course we have our surprises, our contenders versus pretenders, which every year we have that. Well, let's see how the first drive goes here for Tampa Bay.
On first down, Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
See, gotta get that nice comfy spot. Man, just sigh of relief. You just gotta love technology, like I said. It's your crutch until it doesn't want to work, and then it's just a pain in the butt. Now, here's the question. Will the New England Patriots defense show up on Sunday night? Or is Tampa Bay's just too powering? I mean, Tampa Bay took one in the chin last week against the LA Rams, but I mean, they were on the road. They were on the road playing a not superior team, an equal, a team that is very equal to them. potentially NFC championship matchup. Whoa, jeez. Hits his man, but he's out of bounds, so they go 3 and out. And New England has an injured timeout. Wow.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
So just like that, Patriots defense holds up. And let's be honest, the Patriots defense was their cornerstone when they won those, especially those first 3 championships. Okay. And then when how many times? They just had the 2 losses in between, didn't they? Before they won their 4th one. Yeah. And it was their offense that got them there those 2 years.
Back deep for the Patriots, Gunnar Olszewski. Uses this stiff arm. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Patriots take over. The Patriot offense ready for their first drive, led by
I think they kind of returned to their defensive roots back when they won their next 3 in 5 years, wasn't it? Didn't they had 5 appearances or 4 appearances in 5 years, I think, because they made the Super Bowl 49. They missed 50. They made the 51. They were in 52, but they lost, and they made it 53. So yeah, 4 and 5 years.
With a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So, but now the New England Patriot fan base, they're running to a hiccup, something they haven't seen in over 2 decades, especially nothing they've seen in this century. Okay, it's been a while since the Patriots suck. Because I mean, okay, they made the Super Bowl in 1985, but any given Sunday, and of course they ran into the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears in '85, and there's only one team that could beat the '85 Bears, and that was, of course, the Miami Dolphins, to preserve the undefeated season of '72, to be the only one to be successfully never lose a game, didn't have a tie, and go unbeaten. And then it wouldn't be another 11 years Patriots, they would return to the Super Bowl, back to the crimes in New Orleans, but this time taking on the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31, and unfortunately they fell short to Brett Favre and Reggie White and company, who won their first Super Bowl in 29 years.
Now Jones.
Oh, play action. Oh, wow. So, and then just another 5 years later, that's the dynasty began. What was that, Super Bowl 36? 36, yeah. Because Super Bowl 36 is when they returned. It was after, because, Super Bowl 34 was the Rams and Titans. 35 was Ravens and Giants. And 36 was Patriots and Rams. And everyone thought the Rams, they had a dynasty going. Especially with the greatest show on turf. Look at all that time. I mean, in '99, the Rams had the greatest show on turf, and Kurt Warner came out of nowhere, had to step it up, wins MVP, Super Bowl MVP, had the most passing yards in Super Bowl history, stuff like that, and the Titans just became a yard shy of winning the potentially tying in the Super Bowl, forcing overtime, but came up short.
Deep for Tampa Bay. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Came up short, and the Titans really haven't recovered since. They've made the playoffs plenty of times, but just haven't gotten back to the Super Bowl. And no, the Rams really haven't had much success either after one season after the Patriots beat them. But I mean, they have returned to the Super Bowl just a few years ago, and they took on Tom Brady and the Patriots, and it was a very, very, very bad game. So,
a gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches,
let's see.
To him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it.
Now here we are, I guess. I don't know.
Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Good footwork at the 30.
Woo! Okay, so Tampa Bay, Bernard.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw.
Playing time. Oh, deflected.
Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Second and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to
look at all that time.
He's going deep for Brown, and that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The threat of a second
Whoa.
to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
I guess every stadium has a different
Working from the
third.
gun, it's
Oh,
Brady.
intercepted!
And it's intercepted. It's Connor Duggar who puts it. And his guys
It's going to be an interesting matchup, especially how the Patriots have played the first 3 weeks and how Tampa Bay has played. Oh, whatever. You're going to tell me Tom Brady didn't see him?
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive.
Because, I mean, the Patriots, they lost week 1 in Miami in a close game. Week 2, they just destroyed the Jets. And the Jets suck. Week 3, back at home, where we're not sure what type of team New Orleans is, they just ramsacked the Patriots. So, and we just saw them crumble.
First down, here's White.
And then Tampa Bay, they were in I don't want to say shootout, but they were in a close game against the Dallas on opening night. Week 2, they just took care of Atlanta. And then week 3, they fell behind early and couldn't recover against the Rams.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The completion there by Mac Jones. And Charles, what do you think this defense needs to do to slow down this young rookie from Alabama?
Well, as usual with a rookie, pass rush is
Ooh,
big.
come
Put
on.
some pressure on him and see if he can handle things in the pocket. But the other one is your defensive backs, linebackers who are covering people, they need to be on the spot because he's extremely accurate with the ball. He doesn't miss very many throws downfield.
So New England's in scoring. Oh, and Sue does. And now it's 4th down. It's still field goal range. That's you had 12. That's a 49-yard field goal. No. You had 17. That's a 54-yard field goal attempt.
And if you don't send extra blockers his way, that number will go up.
And that's the funny thing is here we go, 54-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up and it's a little low. It's too low. No good. But speaking of field goals, we saw plenty of those happen this past week in week 3. And boy, oh man, where to begin? We'll start with what happened earlier in the day at halftime between the Cardinals, Arizona, Jacksonville game. If my memory serves me correctly, don't hold me to it. Arizona was lining up for a 68-yard field goal attempt at just before halftime. The time would expire after their attempt. And the reigning their kicker, Matt Prainer, who holds the record for the longest field goal in NFL history, 64 yards. That he made in Denver. He just 4 yards a little deeper, and he gives it a shot. So he has the leg. And unfortunately, it fell short. Jacksonville has a return man back there at the back of the end zone, and unfortunately for Arizona, Jacksonville took it the distance, 108 yards, 109 yards, and got a touchdown. And it's just one of those well, that's the risks you take for attempting a very long field goal attempt. You're leaving it open for someone to return it. And it fell short, and Jacksonville took advantage. Unfortunately for Jacksonville, it didn't pay off in the end. They did not. That's a whole different story in the second half. Arizona came back to win. And so that was halftime of that game. So as the noon games were wrapping up, we go to Detroit. Okay. Detroit and Baltimore. They're taking on Baltimore. Detroit just takes the lead. And looks like, finally things are going their way. Finally things are going Detroit's way. They're at home. They lost week 1. They almost made a comeback against San Francisco week 1. They had a lead against Green Bay in week 2. But then they were shut out in the second half. And then here's Baltimore. They were keeping everything. They were lucky against Baltimore because Hollywood Brown, which I know very well since he's on my fantasy team, kept dropping touchdown passes after touchdown passes. But anyway, so Detroit takes the lead. Baltimore has one more shot. I don't think they had any more timeouts. Couple deep passes, quick passes. They moved the ball down the field and spiked the ball, killed the clock. Try and get one more pass. Nope, no good. So they sent out, here we go. There's 3 seconds left in the game. 3 seconds, whatever. And so it's do or die. A field goal will win it, or they just too far out range and they got give a heave ho. But they got one of the best kickers in the league, if not one of the top 5 kickers of all time, in Justin Tucker. So they try out Justin Tucker. He's a very accurate kicker. Oh,
on first down.
God.
It's Jones. And he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
God, geez, where did that come from?
6-yard pickup, and it
Just
gets
got
him
a
to
tickle in my
2nd and
throat.
4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game using its will.
So they sent up Justin Tucker, who is a damn good kicker, okay? Oh. Come on now. Sorry about that. Why is that still up? Come on, are we going to start now? Technical difficulties, you know what I mean? Okay, let's try this. Yeah, it's reconnected. There we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
We're live, baby. There's no editing in this crap. Oh, incomplete. But anyways, let's get back to what I was talking about. Justin Tucker and the Baltimore Ravens, 66-yard field goal attempt. Detroit's just on cloud nine right now. They're happy, jumping up and down for joy. Like, we're fighting. We're going to get the win. We're going to be 1-2. We're going to take on Chicago next week, who just got destroyed by Cleveland.
From the gun, it's Brady.
And touchdown, Buccaneers. Here we go. Snap places the snap place kick is up, and it is off the crossbar and good. Justin Tucker sets a new NFL record for longest made field goal at 66 yards. And I don't know if it could be more dramatic than that, hitting off the crossbar and flipping in. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I do believe for a good attempt, the ball has to completely cross the crossbar, has to go past the crossbar, and not just part of it, the whole thing. You know? It's not like the goal line where just the nose of the ball has to break the plane and it's a touchdown. Here, I'm pretty sure the whole ball, I would have to look up the rule. And I'm not going to do that right now. I mean, I probably could. Let's see. Dang it, that's for something else. But, no, my phone's going to be blown up left and right. My Brewers just got done losing to the St. Louis Cardinals again. Anywho, that's a whole different story. But anyways, so yeah, Justin Tucker sets a new record, and all the Baltimore Ravens are running on the field and jumping up and down, cheering joy. Yay! And Lions fans in Detroit are just... not again. Because they've just been a team of... they just find ways to lose. You know, if it's not Calvin Johnson and what is a catch, or Aaron Rodgers throwing up a Hail Mary. But there was some controversy to that field goal attempt, because the play prior, if you look at the play clock hit 0. And it was a good second or two before Ravens snapped the ball. And there should have been a delayed game penalty. And there wasn't any. And of course, like, here we go again. The Lions got screwed because of poor officiating. And shit happens. And, like, and when I was watching it live, I'm like, that's delayed game. And unfortunately, no. And of course, the officiating is like, the head officiating, yeah, that's a judgment call, but that should have been a delayed game. And it's like, it's too late for now. It's too late for that to say what should have, could have type stuff. You know what I mean? So.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
No. But then let's go to the late game. My Green Bay Packers here we go. They were winning all game. Had some bad special teams and some defense here and there, but they played a great game for the most part. A well-rounded game, but unfortunately they kick a field goal, go up 27-21. So I mean, San Francisco, all they need was a touchdown to tie, extra point to take the lead. Oh, intercepted! And San Francisco, they just marched down the field. They have all 3 timeouts. Green Bay has no timeouts. Really, they used up all their timeouts. I think on that possession too to try. I forget, in all honesty. And it's like, well, you don't need the timeouts because if your defense holds, you get the ball back. And defense wasn't holding. And San Francisco, if anything, if they need a score, they need a touchdown and an extra point to take the lead. They can't leave too much time on the clock, or you give your opponent a chance to score, the rebuttal. Whoever has the ball last wins. So San Francisco marches down the field and scores touchdown with 37 seconds left. Green Bay has no timeouts, and Aaron Rodgers has been there before. I can just think of 3 or 4 different times, if not 5 different times, where the Packers get the ball and there's a minute and change left or less on the clock prior to Sunday night. You had Dallas in 2017. I remember in 2011 against the New York Giants to keep their undefeated season going at the time. That was one of the first times I can think of is Rodgers. They throw it down the field, and who comes out? Mason Crosby kicks the game winner and wins it. Did it help them in the playoffs? No. Sure, they beat the Giants in the regular season, but it didn't help them in the playoffs that year. But that's besides the point. You got those two. You got, I mentioned before, the Hail Mary against Detroit with the Phantom face mask, but there's still the Hail Mary, so everyone's been screwed. Anyways, that's 3. Well, 2013, Green Bay, Chicago, final week of the season. Winner takes the NFC North. 4th and 8. Rodgers to the Cobb. Just too much time. But I mean, anyway, so Rodgers to Adams twice, couple spikes, 51-yard field goal attempt. Snap was good, kick was good. It looked like a defender from San Francisco was going to get there in time to block it. And I want to know how close he was, but he wasn't close enough because the kick was up and good. Green Bay wins. So 3 different kickers. 3 different kickers just did amazing things, and one not so, I should say. But yeah, and then there's other games that happened, obviously, but those were the main things. So we got set. We're 1 quarter in. Yay! 3 to go. Let's see something now. Yeah. We'll begin to standings and see what's going on in the NFL world with who's playing up to par and who's playing below average.
Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, okay. There we go. Let's take a look at those standings now. And I mean, it's a who's who, upside down, right side up, just a. Oh, jeez. 3rd and 4. Let's see.
Here's Brady.
Oh, playing time. Look at that pocket. But it's his man.
He's got it. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down. And
Okay, what's this?
over 20 yards.
Baltimore Ravens, Justin Tucker earns perfect Madden rating after NFL record 66-yard field goal attempt. Jeez. Okay, this comes from ESPN. How many football fans are going to be attempting 66-yard field goals with Justin Tucker on Madden now? Count the maker of Madden video games, those who believe Tucker is one of the greatest of all time. A 99 rating for a limited time after he blasted the longest field goal in history. He's only the 5th kicker to have 99 rating behind Adam Vinatieri, Mike Vanderjagt, David Akers. David Akers, that's who I'm thinking of. And Morton Anderson. He was previously at 87 before the upgrade. Jeez. Well, let's see this real quick. Oh, whatever.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Oh, there you go. Oh, let's see, Tampa Bay's on the.
Now Bernard. He's tackled a yard short of the mark.
Oh, okay. We'll see the rest of this drive, and then we'll get to the.
This drive is turning into an extended one.
We'll get to the. Oh, God, there.
He's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle.
We'll see how we do.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line.
So 1st and goal at the 1.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The big back Leonard Fournette able to push his way in from a yard out. And the Bucs are going to add on to their
Okay, so
it was the passing game that got him down here, but
in the standings, we still have 3 teams from the NFC undefeated and 2 teams in the AFC undefeated. And a little shocker with who's still undefeated. So we start off in the AFC East. We got the Buffalo Bills have righted the ship, winning 2 straight after their Week 1 loss. But the Bills, Miami, and New England are still 1-2. While the New York Jets bring up the rear like usual at 0-3. In the AFC North, we have a 3-way tie for first. We got Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Cleveland all at 2-1. While Pittsburgh brings up the rear, which is a little surprise, but not how they played the last 2 weeks, 1-2. In the AFC South, we have the Tennessee Titans. They are 2-1. While Houston is 1-2. Jacksonville and Indianapolis both 0-3. And my preseason my season predictions, I had the AFC South as one of the worst divisions in the league, and the Tennessee Titans is running away with it. And at the moment, it has that vibe. But and then in the AFC West, we have our 2 undefeated teams. The Las Vegas Raiders at 3-0 and the Denver Broncos at 3-0. The Los Angeles Chargers are 2-1, while the Kansas City Chiefs are 1-2. They started the season off with a good win against the Browns, but then fell short, cost a fumble, lost a fumble, and lost a game against Baltimore on Sunday night, and then just were embarrassed to some extent by the Chargers at home. And by embarrassed, I mean they had plenty of opportunities. They were just playing sloppy ball, which caused Andy Reid to be rushed to the hospital. But he's been released, and hopefully he's doing well. You know, we wish the best of luck to him. Anywho, we go on the flip side to the NFC, and starting in the East, them boys, the Dallas Cowboys, they're in first place at 2-1, while Washington and Philadelphia are right behind them at 1-2, while the New York Football Giants are 0-3.
It's Harris. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Then we move up north. The Green Bay Packers, after being embarrassed week 1, aka preseason game number 4, they bounce back. They bounce back at 2-1, and they're in first place in the north, like everyone expecting them to be.
On the option right, it's Jones.
Then you got Chicago and Minnesota at 1-2, and the Detroit Lions, who to some extent could be, should be 1-2, potentially. No, I'd say they 1-2 because they should have won last week, but they just find ways to lose.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They're 0-3 now. To the south we go. The Carolina Panthers. Who saw this coming? They're 3-0. They're 3-0. While Tampa Bay and New Orleans are 2-1, and those Atlanta Falcons somehow found a way to win against the New York Football Giants. So they're not as bad as those Giants from New York. They are 1-2.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the
and out west, we yet again have 2 teams that are undefeated. The NFC West and the AFC West have the exact same records with their 4 teams. 2 teams are undefeated. The LA Rams and the Arizona Cardinals are 3-0, while the San Francisco 49ers lost, and they are 2-1. They easily could be 3-0 as well. And then you have Seattle, who, lost at home last week against Tennessee, and went on the road and lost to Minnesota, and they are 1-2. So, hypothetically speaking, because sure, we're going to be 4 weeks into the NFL, and hey, let's see if the playoffs are today, because why not? That's equivalent after a month. I mean, we are a month into the season now. We're going to be, week 4, as I'm recording this, is tonight, and it's the 30th of September, so it's the last game of September. And everyone else more or less has 5 games this month. No, I shouldn't say that because, come on, Mac Jones. I shouldn't say that because buys start this month, I do believe. Which, don't get me started on buys. Bye weeks. Anywho, let's get to it. If the playoffs are today, this is how the AFC would look. You'd have the Raiders with the number 1 seed, followed by Cincinnati at 2-1.
Back to throw, Jones. He's got it. And inside the 5.
Then Tennessee, and then Buffalo rounding out the division winners. Then you have Denver at 3-0, the Chargers at 2-1, and the Baltimore Ravens at 2-1. And at the moment, your reigning AFC champions, Kansas City, is 11th. Would be the 11th seed. But This is why we don't play just 3 weeks of football. We play now 17.
He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th.
Oh, where we're at 4th and goal at the 1.
Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
New England has to go for it. They have to.
Drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others. This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here.
Let's see.
Major letdown. This is the time to go.
Yeah, he was short. Here we go, moment of truth. Yeah, they're going for a field goal.
And folks, kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, and the teams, there's only one team that would miss the playoffs that has a winning record on the AFC side, and that'd be the Cleveland Browns. Ravens have a tiebreaker because based on okay, on the flip side, NFC, we got Arizona would have the number 1 seed, followed by Carolina, Green Bay, and Dallas. What is the best one? Okay, would be your other division winners. Then the LA Rams, Tampa Bay, and your 7th seed, San Francisco. And just like the AFC, there's only one other team that has a winning record that missed the playoffs, and that's New Orleans. So that's kind of a fun fact that we have 16 teams out of the 32 all have winning records, and the other 16 have losing records. But the NFC has 3 undefeated teams. AFC has 3 winless teams. The AFC has 2 undefeated teams, while the NFC has 2 winless. So
and when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking,
we'll see how we'll enjoy the rest of this first half before we dive into my picks for the week. I didn't do too bad last week, you know. And it's just some of those ticky-tacky ones. They're just, you never know. And this week there's a few, but majority it's one-sided. But I still got to find an upset, and I got my upset. I got my fingers crossed on that. But
2nd and 6.
ah man, I gotta stop yawning.
Brady.
Oh, there's Gronk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hand off. Look at that. Oh, he fumbles it.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
And that was my TV provider had NFL Red Zone free for the weekend, so I was able to watch all the games at once. Oh man, I do love NFL Red Zone. Just for me, if it was grouped into my original packaging, it'd be worth it. But at the moment, no, because you know when my Packers are on, I'll watch them. And if they play noon, I ain't gonna watch Red Zone afterwards. But they were mentioning this, like how many turnovers there were in the noon games. They're like I swear, like 12 or 14 turnovers by all the teams, takeaways before halftime. So
you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Oh, look at that. How do you not play, short?
Almost to the 25. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the
Just
ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Everyone on the front line just got pushed back. Or, I mean, defensive line got pushed back. The offense just made that hole and busted right through.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady.
Wrong. And now, yeah, if New England gets a touchdown here, just imagine. They go up 21-3.
That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Now Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6.
Oh, if they don't score on the next play and the clock's running, it's going to be 2-minute warning. So.
Defensive tackles, because we asked them to just
man,
beat
my
up
nose.
and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with
That should be the last play of the.
down to the 2-yard line.
Potentially, I don't know. They might get another playoff.
See if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Oh, they get off before a 2-minute warning and touchdown.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones taking it in from 2 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Just walks right in. Wouldn't that be nice?
Suck up for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run.
So New England has 2 minutes, all 3 timeouts to, rebuttal. And I think they get the ball in the second half too. So, I mean, if they can get down the field, get a touchdown, okay, 21-10. Second half, they get the opening possession, they get down the field, get another touchdown, 21-17. They're back in it. Defense holds, they make them to the punt, and they get down the field, get a touchdown, 24-21. Boom.
Touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
So that's why it's pivotal when deciding on when you want to get the ball. If you win the coin toss, do you want the ball right away and score, or do you want to wait until the second half? Because over the years, I've always won the ball first, but I've changed and wanted the ball in start the second half. I want to kick the ball. I want defense out there first because of these situations. You get the ball. You try to score before halftime, okay? And then if you get the ball in the second half right away, boom, you get to score again. Just a huge, a 6 to a 14-point swing like that.
Jones now on 1st and 10. He's got Smith here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across.
But we already know this hurry up process really works. It doesn't.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays.
If it's no huddle, you wouldn't have wasted that much time.
Catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry.
And to the surprise of many, the New England Patriots made a huge splash in free agency. And on the first day, they added Hunter Henry from the Chargers. 5 years there, career-high 60 catches last year. He expects that number to go up in New England.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They go play action here on first down.
Play time. Gotta get rid of it, Jones.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Here's his receiver, but it's going to be way short. Now Tampa Bay takes timeout. Now they want to score before halftime. And this is where only 2 minutes left in the 1 half turns into 20.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return is Mickens. It'll be 37 yards.
Oh, jeez.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And if they want to take it into the locker room, why would you call a timeout? Okay. That's the one thing I never understood, never got, never just like why.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this is caught by Anderson.
And then they take a timeout.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
35 seconds left before halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st.
But they run the ball again. Nope.
Looking to throw.
And unblocked. Sack. No timeouts. No one's calling timeout.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing the size of a deficit. They're going to need more plays like
just unblocked.
Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Three, 2, 1. There's halftime, which means bathroom break for me.
We have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's something we've said a million times, but we were treated to a fine performance in the first half from Tom Brady. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. Taylor now from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Well, the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Jones throwing on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Okay.
Jones to throw on
Here we go. No, they missed too much, and just like that, what? New England went 3 and out.
What we saw in the first half, so much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
The Patriots send
Well, we'll see how.
as he's on to kick it away.
We'll take a look how Tampa Bay does on their opening drive. Ooh, got smacked good.
1 yard on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second
Little
half.
smirk. See how Tampa Bay does on their opening drive, and then we'll just take a look at the games for this upcoming weekend.
Now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Shotgun now for Brady. This one swung out here to Jones. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the 36,
Plenty of time. Oh, look at that, Mike Evans.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Brady to Evans that time. First down, Tampa.
And Mike Evans has been the model of consistency and excellence. 7 years in the league. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver 7 times, the first guy in league history to do that. And he makes another catch there for a first down.
They'll run on first down.
Oh, look at that. Just the seamless, you know?
Shy of the 40. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw. Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Just carving up this Patriots defense. And, oh, here's the fine thing. Now, if Tom Brady wins this Sunday, he'll become the 3rd quarterback to beat all 32 teams, joining the likes of 3rd or 4th. I'm not quite sure about Drew Brees. I would have to look that up real quick. But he would join the likes of Brett Favre and Peyton Manning. You know, 2 other quarterbacks he's played against in his career.
I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it.
As he has Drew Brees beaten every NFL team.
1st and 10 from the 10.
And this beat
Now a carry for Bernard.
every NFL after defeating the Baltimore Ravens in Week 7. New Orleans quarterback has officially okay. So yeah, so Drew Brees has.
And all he finds is a whole lot of ticked off linebacker.
What year was this? Was this last year or was this No, I don't care about that. Come on, let's get out of there.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, after
work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness.
So, I mean, one, that's a rare feat to do, is to beat every team in the NFL, especially when you play for one team most of your career.
Brady now on 3rd and goal.
Touch. Oh!
But it's incomplete.
So they kick a field goal and make it. The Patriots are only down by 21 points. But whoop-de-doo, right? What's that going? But let's dive into this week's set of games. No one's on a bye yet.
And Suckup will put this one right through.
We got, as usual, 16 games this week. Last week, I went 12-4. 12-4. The Chiefs, they screwed me. Patriots, Giants screwed me. And Buccaneers screwed me. But anyways, they going 12-4 ain't so bad, let's be honest. So these are the matchups that we have this week. We got tonight, as I'm recording this as of now, Thursday Night Football. We have Jacksonville at Cincinnati. The battle of the big cats. And then on Sunday, early action, we have Washington at Atlanta, Houston at Buffalo, Detroit at Chicago, Carolina at Dallas, Indianapolis at Miami, Cleveland at Minnesota, the New York Giants at New Orleans. Which is that game actually going to be in New Orleans, or is it going to be played somewhere else? I have not heard much about that. Tennessee at the New York Jets, and Kansas City at Philadelphia will round out your noon early time action.
They'll start the drive with Harris.
I haven't heard that the Saints have returned home or won't play at New Orleans. But anyways, then late games. Battle of undefeated. Someone's going to lose unless the game ends in a tie. We have Arizona at LA Rams. And Seattle at San Francisco. Just the NFC West is beating themselves up this week. Baltimore at Denver. Pittsburgh at Green Bay. Tampa Bay, that's your last afternoon game. Then you have your Sunday night matchup, which is what you're seeing right now. Tampa Bay at New England. And your Monday Night Football battle out west. The Las Vegas versus LA Chargers. What seems to be lopsided matches. What seems to be easy pick'ems, but we already know it's a week-by-week league. Okay? 1 week, boom. Oh, he fumbles it. Oh, he recovers it, and down he goes. So we start off with Thursday night action. Jacksonville, who is 0-3 versus Cincinnati, who, man, I wish was 3-0. Wish they beat Chicago, but they did not. They're the home team. Cincinnati 2-1, taking on Jacksonville, and Cincinnati just came off a big win against Pittsburgh. They held out, won in overtime week 1 against Minnesota, and just fell short against Chicago 2 weeks ago. Jacksonville just ain't that good. Just not that good. And since they're on the road, and rumors are already rampant that Urban Meyer won't even last the season, the whole season, either he just quits or gets fired or something. I don't think he's going to get fired. But I don't even know why Urban Meyer took the job to begin with. Okay. Go back to Utah or something, be their head coach, and this time go out to USC, go back to college ranks or something, beat Nick Saban again. But anyways, I gotta go with Cincinnati. You're the home team. You got momentum. You got Trevor Lawrence versus Jim Burrow once again. But it's not like they go head to head. But that's the quarterback matchup, and give me Cincinnati. Cincinnati has all the momentum. Okay, let me see I gotta see something. Okay. Just need to see. Then we move to Sunday. We have Washington at Atlanta. This is where the trickiness comes. Okay. Washington looked pathetic against Buffalo. They were taken to the limit against the Giants and just held out thanks to a offsides penalty and snuck out a win. Otherwise, they could easily be 0-3 because they lost the LA Chargers week 1. Now, they come off playing Buffalo, go to Atlanta. Atlanta, they snuck out their first win of the season. But they beat the Giants. So, they're the home team, but I'm highly disappointed. I don't have any confidence in Atlanta. Give me Washington. Houston at Buffalo. Well, Houston's a good team, but they're not that good. They're decent, I should say. They're decent. Okay, they've had the last 10 days off. As they took on Carolina last week and lost. Buffalo is finally getting all their strides. I don't know why they lost week 1 or how they lost week 1, but they lost week 1. But everything is right in the ship, and Buffalo's home, taking on a semi-easy opponent to some extent, and they should win. Buffalo should take care of business. Now we get to another tricky matchup. Detroit at Chicago. Always a great rivalry. Always a slobber knocker. Always a, the meaning of the black and blue division.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. This is caught. They'll contain him to just 4.
Detroit is hungry. Okay? Detroit is hungry. They should have got their first win last week. They're taking on another division rival on the road, which just means they get all their division rivals later in the season at Detroit. Chicago got embarrassed by Cleveland last week. Justin Fields was sacked, 9 times last week? While Myles Garrett got 5 of those? And who's the more veteran team? Who's the more complete team? Who do you trust more? Do you trust Jared Goff as your quarterback, or do you trust Justin Fields? Is Andy Dalton healthy? Are they going to do the switch, or are they sticking with Fields? I mean, it's in the elements, but I gotta go with Detroit. I think Detroit's going to get over that hurdle, get their first win of the season, and take care of those Bears. Carolina at Dallas. This is my upset of the week. I'm upset alert. Upset alert. I am picking Carolina, who's a hot team right now. I have a feeling they're just going to pull the upset off of Dallas in Big D, and they exit as 4-0. And it's like, well, is it contender time or still pretender time for these Panthers? But I am going with Carolina to upset the Dallas Cowboys this week. Like I said, upset of the week. So far, I've been at least 2-0. Because I got Carolina was my upset over the Saints in week 2, and Cincinnati over Pittsburgh was my upset for last week. So let's see if I can ride that train still with Carolina. Indianapolis at Miami. This is another tricky one. Okay, Dolphins forced overtime against the Raiders last week with Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback. They are the home team. I have faith in the Dolphins. Colts, I don't know what you're getting, in all honesty. They're 0-3 or 1-2, I forget now. But I gotta go with Miami. I'm picking the Dolphins to win, more or less, since they're the home team. Cleveland at Minnesota. Minnesota started the season on the road, and they start 0-2. Easily could have been 1-1. No, easily. Minnesota could easily be 3-0 right now, okay? Let's be honest. They fell behind early against Cincinnati week 1. They were able to force overtime. They were in field goal range when they fumbled the ball in overtime. And it's like, for them. For me, it's like, yes! Because, I hate the Vikings. Cleveland, fell short week 1, but they bounced back against Houston and Chicago week 2, so they're taking on their second NFC opponent. They're taking on their second straight NFC North opponent this week, and they go from hosting to visiting. And I'm going with Cleveland. I think I can't say I think Cleveland is the better team in between them and Minnesota, but I just think Cleveland has a little more. I don't know, a little more chip on their shoulder. Vikings are still, who knows? But, I mean, I'm not picking Cleveland just because I hate the Vikings. I picked Minnesota last week to beat Seattle because Russell Wilson and company can't play on the road. They're not road warriors. We'll find out if Cleveland wants to make that push to the AFC Championship game. They have to win on the road against, inter-conference opponents. So, you gotta become road warriors and you gotta beat teams on the road. So here you go. Here's a good opportunity. The U.S. Bank Stadium's not an easy place to play. Any stadium, any dome is not. Wow, Jones. How did he intercept that ball?
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line.
Okay, New York Giants versus the New Orleans Saints. I need to know, is this game going to be played in New Orleans? Not like it makes that much of a difference. The Saints are going to win against Giants. Giants suck. They go 0-4. But I need to know, is this game going to be played in New Orleans or is it going to be somewhere else? Well, Superdome Fire Effect Saints home game against Saints look to prolong Superdome streak versus what? Okay.
It'll set up a second and 7.
It's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right?
Let's see.
Stacked up, found a little bit of yardage.
Hey, Google.
Frankly, they're pretty close to staying
where is the Giants versus Saints game being held in Week 4?
On that last carry, here's second and 7. To throw, it's Brady. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Hey Google, will the Saints play in New Orleans against the Giants?
Continues as we see here. Coverage not been very good. Soft and spots. There's an easy throw.
That didn't tell me nothing.
Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much.
I guess the game's going to be home in New Orleans, but like I said, it won't make a difference. Saints are a more complete team. The Giants suck, and unless Danny Dimes and company just run wild, then sure. Okay, so take a little breather. We're going to the fourth quarter here now in this simulation, Sunday Night Football. And the Patriots 3, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31. Let's hope there's a little mercy here. Let's just kill 15 minutes, right? Tennessee at the New York Giants. Do I have to say more? The real question is which New York team sucks the most? Well, there's only one New York team. Buffalo Bills. They play in Buffalo and they don't suck. Giants and Jets, they play in New Jersey. And they both suck because they play in New Jersey. But Tennessee, King Henry and company, this is my lock of the week. My lock of the week is where more or less the team's going to win, should hopefully win by double digits, if not, outscore their opponents by at least 3 scores and just run wild and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's my lock. So give me Tennessee. Last noon game we have Kansas City at Philadelphia. Okay. Kansas City played very sloppy last week against their division rival, the Los Angeles Chargers. And anytime you play against your division rivals, it's always tricky. Sometimes, for some reason, down goes Brady. Sometimes you just play sloppy. You play poorly against your division rival. For some strange reason. I mean, yes, you play them twice a year, but you just get those hiccups. You could be playing against a top opponent the week before and the week after, and boom, you take it to them. You win by 14 points, 10 points, and just you're dominating all the cycles. But then here comes your division rival, and the in between makes it's like, whoa, what's happening?
Another try after the first down sack. Brady. Man open left side is Brown.
Where he lost more yards, he caught it the line of scrimmage.
It'll be third down.
So Kansas City's looking to rebound. Philadelphia. I didn't even watch Monday Night Football this past week, the Eagles and Cowboys, but the Eagles apparently just stunk the place up. I don't want to even say they fell behind early. They got beat. They got beat by Dallas. Let's be honest.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
So I mean, now them boys have those huge egos, and so thinking that they're the best team and that they're back. Well, they might be. Who knows? But Philadelphia, they stink. Kansas City, they just need to turn around and get back on track, and with a win this week, they can be 2-2, while the Eagles are 1-3.
Jacob's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
Oh, someone just stop this. You know how mad I'm gonna be if they're just running away with this. Tampa Bay's just running away. I'm gonna be furious if New England wins and man drops to 1-4. But I mean, it's all simulation, anyways. Okay, we move on to the late games on Sunday, starting with a double dose of NFC West, head-to-head action. We got Arizona and LA Rams. The battle of undefeateds. And we got, like I said, Arizona, LA Rams. And I'm leaning towards the Rams. This is when these teams in the West play each other, you can never tell who wins, more or less. There's been plenty of times Arizona's gone to LA or played the Rams wherever they are, and they just upset them. The Rams might be just having a great season, and Arizona's stinky and somehow wins.
They go back to the air here after the INT.
Who's that guy who's 69 blocking?
He's gonna look downfield.
And he's out of bounds.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for his
So mainly I'm going with LA Rams, but I would not be surprised if Arizona pulls the upset. Just because it's a rivalry game. Divisional game. Okay, anything goes. And I think all four teams in the NFC West have potential to make the playoffs. Seattle doesn't look like it right now with their record, but that's besides the point. But big win over Tampa Bay last week. LA's got the momentum. Arizona, they just came off beating Jacksonville. Like, who doesn't beat Jacksonville if you're supposed to be a contender? You know? So, give me the Rams, but I would not be surprised if Arizona gets a win. I just wasn't really ready to pull that upset alert on that game. Then we got Seattle at San Francisco. San Francisco's going to be just hungry to get their first home win of the season, and they're just pumping and mad. They're furious that Green Bay, that they left Aaron Rodgers with too much time on the clock. And it's like, well, That's how the cookie crumbles.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Complete.
And then Seattle, I mean, it's going to be see how they can do on the road. They'll be back in their time zone at least. Last week they were in Minnesota, but it was a late game, so it seemed early for them. Or right time for them, whatever. But I'm very confident in San Francisco. They'll bounce back. But, I mean, after the first 2 weeks for San Francisco, and then actually playing Green Bay at home, you kind of got a taste of what San Francisco really is. You know, they could hang in there if they have to. They could take it to the distance, but just fell short. So I mean, it's like I said, football is any given day, any given Sunday. Woo! Big hit. Lick him up. Lick him up.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there.
So, do I think Seattle's gonna pull the upset? No, I don't think so. Not this week. I think San Francisco is going to take care of business, but I think it'd be a little tricky again. But I think they'll hang on to win. This is an interesting matchup now. Baltimore at Denver. Denver 3-0. Baltimore 2-1. And
New England on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
And we'll find out if Denver's for real. And how can Baltimore keep their momentum going? I'm trying to remember. Baltimore lost to who week 1?
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there.
Oh, who did they lose week 1? Now I gotta look that up. How could I not think of who they lost to week 1? Oh yeah, the Raiders on Monday night. And that was a close one too, so that's why I'm leaning towards Baltimore. Denver, well, when you beat both the New York team or the New York teams that play in New Jersey and Jacksonville, of course you're going to be 3-0. So at the moment you're still a pretender. Okay, you might still have that defense, but that helped you win that Super Bowl. What, 5-6 years ago now? 6. Not everyone's still there, and you're all aging. Do you really think Teddy Two Gloves, Teddy Bridgewater, is going to lead you to a Super Bowl?
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Holy moly! Is New England actually going to get a touchdown on the board?
Jones operating from the gun.
Oh, he just throws it away. He had 81 cutting across the field. Should have got him right there. But like I said before, and I'll say again, I'm going with Baltimore. Baltimore's a better team. They're a more complete team. Plus, just imagine, they're in Denver. And if Tucker just hit a 66-yard field goal at sea level, I'm sure Detroit's not really at sea level technically. Hey! New England got a touchdown. Yay! Here's the comeback. Here's the comeback. What? 21, 28 unanswered points? I highly doubt it. But, just imagine Tucker tried a 70-yard field goal or 67-yard field goal in Denver. How ironic would that be? Because elevation, things travel higher and so forth.
And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally as a rookie.
Okay, so we move on to Pittsburgh at Green Bay. Now this is something I have to look up real quick. Hey Google, when was the last time Pittsburgh beat forget that. Okay. Hey Google, when was the last time Green Bay beat Pittsburgh in the regular season?
Jadon Mickens now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
According to Wikipedia, the Packers defeated the Steelers.
Oh, we already know that. That's the Super Bowl. I was asking the regular season.
It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board.
No,
But this time
dang it.
offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10.
Because, okay, obviously, Super Bowl 45 was the last time Green Bay beat Pittsburgh. The year prior to that, in 09, they lost in Pittsburgh by a toe tap. 09, so then 2013, I know they lost 2013 at Green Bay when Rodgers was out with a broken clavicle, or fractured clavicle, shoulder, whatever. Okay. 4 years later, 2017, Rodgers was surprisingly out again. Okay. And that was in Pittsburgh. Brett Hundley was the quarterback, and he took Pittsburgh to the limit. They were close on beating that game, but lost. I know they didn't beat them in 05.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that.
Let's see. Packers, Steelers, all-time record. Football database.
A handoff to Fournette. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards there on a Buccaneer.
In 2017, Pittsburgh 31, Green Bay 28. 2013, Pittsburgh 38, Green Bay 31. We already know about Super Bowl. 09, Green Bay 36, Pittsburgh 37. 05, 2010, Pittsburgh over Green Bay. Wow. What was that, 7-year gap? They didn't play since 98. Prior to that. Because of the whole realignment and all that fun jazz. But that was in Pittsburgh, Green Bay 20, Pittsburgh 27. It wasn't since 1995. And I think Brett Favre had a famous game, a famous play on that in that game. It was in Green Bay, or it was Pittsburgh 19, Green Bay 24. And that was in 3 years prior to that, in 92. Yeah, that was the following week. Brett Favre made his regular season start, first regular season start of 299, and Green Bay won 17-3. But in the 30s Steelers sucked. But Green Bay leads the series 19-16, including one postseason game. But they're on a 5 game losing streak in the regular season. But is that going to change my mind who I'm going to pick? No, it's not going to change my mind. I'm going to pick the Packers every day, all day. I mean, yes, last week I was saying I wouldn't be surprised if they lost. Oh my goodness, Gordon just bulldozing his way to the end zone. But no, Big Ben is slower than molasses. They just haven't been the team that they were week 1. I don't know how they beat Buffalo week 1. But then they lose to Cincinnati last week. They lose to the Raiders 2 weeks ago. Yes, they're taking on a non-common opponent in Green Bay. But they're at Lambeau. This time is the first time Aaron Rodgers gets to play Pittsburgh since Super Bowl 45. And the first time he plays Pittsburgh in the regular season since 09, where Pittsburgh had the ball last. That's over 11 years ago. You know? Big Ben is not the same player he once was. Aaron Rodgers still is. Green Bay has a better team. Green Bay should win this game. 2 games left. We got the Sunday Night Football that we are watching right now, where Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just demolishing New England Patriots 41-10 with about less than 4 minutes left in the game. Give me Tampa Bay, okay? I will poop my pants if New England finds a way to win. And it just shows that Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. That it doesn't matter who he has under center, who he has around him, he can coach them, they can follow directions, and they can take care of business and win. And Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they get a sweet victory in New England, and just hope. It'd be interesting to see, are the fans going to boo? Now we have fans back in stands. Are they going to boo Tom Brady, or are they going to cheer for him? I remember when Brett Favre made his comeback to Green Bay in the purple and gold, and the fans booed him. It wasn't until a year later when Green Bay beat him, they were cheering. So give me Tampa Bay. And then finally, Monday Night Football. Which, I can't believe I didn't cover this last on my podcast. And I didn't cover it earlier today, which I will in a little bit. But we have the Las Vegas at LA Chargers. The Raiders have been lucky. They have gone to overtime twice now in their first 3 weeks. They look confident against Pittsburgh on the road. But I think their luck is going to run out. I think they're going to fall short on Monday night against the Chargers. Chargers, they found a way to go into Kansas City and beat, the defending, reigning AFC champions. And I just think the Chargers are going to do the same thing this Monday night, and anything can happen. Like I said, I think the luck is going to run out for the Raiders. Their undefeated streak so they come to an end. They're going to go 3-1. Chargers going to go 3-1, and Chargers, just coast into first place, potentially in the division. So those are my picks for the week. We got a little less than 3 minutes left in the game. Let's sit back and enjoy it. But like I was saying before, Monday night, was it a week or two ago, or last week, the NFL approved, I believe on Wild Card Weekend, that one game will be played on Monday night. A playoff game will be played on Monday night. And I'm not happy about that. Okay? I'm not happy that we're going to have one game on Monday night just because of the short turnaround. The short turnaround for that team. The team that wins on Monday night would have to play the following Sunday. They would have to. And I mean, I know the NFL is just trying to, we're going to have football on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And I also won't be happy because it affects my work schedule. And it's like, now you're just capitalizing. You want more games. You want more playoff teams. That's why the NFL, the NBA, NHL, they're not going to reduce the number of playoff teams. That's why they're sticking with 16 teams to make the playoffs, 8 and 8, and make them 7 games, best of 7. It's all about the money, and I know that's all it is. It's all about money. So I'm not a big fan about that, but it is what it is. And will I end up watching? Yeah, I'll end up watching it. Especially if the Packers end up playing that night, which I hope they don't. I hope they find their way to the number 1 seed once again, so I don't have to worry about Wild Card Weekend. I can sit back, relax, and enjoy them playing week number 2 of the postseason, the divisional round. But we'll see. So let's see if New England can get some more points before. No, he misses his target. 3rd and goal. Okay, so if they don't get a touchdown, 4th and goal, are they going to go for it or kick a field goal? We'll see. Minute 20. Man, I'm praying I'll eat my hat. I'll eat my hat and I'll poop my pants. If one, oh, cancel. How? Come on, I should really.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Okay, I gotta be careful what I say. I don't know how I triggered that. I don't even know why I have that even plugged in anymore.
What say you, Mr. Referee?
Decline it. Decline. Make it 4th and goal. Yeah, 4th and goal and 1. Anyways, yeah. If New England finds a way to win, I'll poop my pants, which makes men go 1-4, and I'll eat my hat. So I'm just praying that. Why would you just go for it? Don't kick out field goal. Because man, you need to turn this around. Okay. Some accurate and simulated and all this and that.
In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
It's the morale, right?
Dress up a little bit, so make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Oh, so here we go. A minute 10. Let's just get this over with. I hope New England doesn't call timeouts. I hope Tampa Bay just runs the ball. And let's just let the clock run out. Let's get this over with and head on to next week. I don't know who. Oh, well, speaking of next week, that's what I got to look at real quick.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Oh, no.
A few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3.
At the moment, I don't have a game picked out for next week just because I was leaning towards, I think, Buffalo at Kansas City or Kansas City at Buffalo. But at the moment, it doesn't have that ring to it anymore. Kansas City's on decline for now. And Buffalo, they're getting back in stride.
They'll try to run some clock now with Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 110 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
So let's see. I'm not doing Thursday night. I'm not doing that one. Broncos, Steelers, no. Eagles, Panthers, no. Yes, Bills at. We'll see. We'll see who wins. I might switch it up and go with 49ers Cardinals. If Cardinals stay undefeated, or even with the 1 loss. At the moment, I think.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I think, you know what, I'm going to flip it up and go with San Francisco and Arizona. See how Jimmy G and company. There we go. Finally, game's over. So, what is that? 41
well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points
to 13 was the final there. And next week, we're going to do San Francisco versus Arizona, because that has a good matchup to it.
Whatever you call run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So there you go. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski return to New England, and they take care of business. So finish up the highlights, see the final stats, say Tampa Bay just took care of business.
Hard-working men and women on our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here.
So let's come on, man.
From Foxborough. Good night, everybody.
Sorry, Mac Jones. So there you go. There you have it. Tampa Bay wins. Men, better get this right. So next week, San Francisco at Arizona. Until then, as always, adios, muchachos.